Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how to safely open up a hard drive. It's not recommended. I see a lot of drives come into my office that have been opened by DIY attempts, and some of these attempts have been disastrous. So today I'm going to show you safely how to open up a hard drive. We're going to do a 3.5-inch desktop hard drive, and then we're going to also do a 2.5-inch notebook hard drive. We're going to need a T8 screwdriver for the 3.5-inch and a T6 screwdriver for the notebook hard drive. So let's begin. So we will start with the T8 on the 3.5-inch hard drives. Normally there's 7 screws. The obvious ones don't have any kind of labels or seals. Depending on manufacturer, some hard drives will actually have them behind stickers. So this is a T8 screwdriver being used, and it's definitely not recommended to use a flathead or something that barely works. They get stripped out. Next minute I find myself having to drill these things out. The final screw is actually located above the read-write heads. If you just rub the top label, you'll soon see an indent. There we go. An indent of where the screw is, and it'll be in the center of this circle. So I'll just go ahead and find the center of it, puncture it, and what I like to do is just slowly bring this up. There is a rubber seal that goes around the entire circumference of the hard drive itself. So what we want to do is see if that'll pop up by itself. If not, we're going to have to pry the lid open. So what we'll do is we'll loosen the screw until we hear that little click that it's out of its socket, and this will be the most important part, and that is when you use a flathead screwdriver or the edge of a T8, or you go to pry this open. It's most important that you pull the lid of the drive straight up. Okay, so straight up. What I commonly see is people pushing in and they slip, and they end up scoring the platter of the drive, or they go through the rubber seal that I mentioned around the outside of the drive and making little fragments fall on the platter, etc. So what I'll do is I'll just pull this straight up, and what we have here is that seal that I mentioned, this rubber seal that goes all the way around. And so when you go to pry the hard drive, you will end up digging through it, and as I mentioned, at times you would slip and go right across the platter of the drive. So this has been safely opened, and now I can inspect the internals of the drive. And what we'll do now is just close this back up, and we'll move on to the 3.5-inch notebook drive. Now I do have a certified clean room. This is outside of this. This is just demonstration purposes only. Obviously the ones that I get in that have been opened by clients are outside of a clean room. And once again, not recommended, but we are human and sometimes we just can't help ourselves. So I'm going to instruct you on how to safely do it on both the 3.5-inch and this 2.5-inch laptop drive. So same rule applies. This has 7 screws in it. I'm now moved to the T6 screwdriver. And in this case, you can actually see the rubber seal here. Once again, just by pushing on it, you'll see the indent for the last screw here. This is also a T6, but in some cases on certain drives there may be a T4, depending on brand and model. So once again, the most important part is pulling straight up. That way, if you slip, it just goes up and stays away from the platter of the drive. Now these can be bonded quite well to the hard drive assembly, and you just take your time and be patient. Once again, we have the drive opened, and it's just so common to see people slip with this and go across the platter of the drive. So that is how I safely open a hard drive. On the next video, I'll actually demonstrate what I'm looking for and the reason why I'm opening a hard drive, and what I'm exactly looking for to help diagnose what the fault is with the drive. And I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.